good afternoon and welcome to the First United Bank Center on the campus of West Texas A&M University. We're here in Canyon, Texas this afternoon to bring you West Texas A&M versus Eastern New Mexico Lone Star Conference men's basketball action. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kent Johnson along with my broadcast partner, Lucas Kinsey. The Buffaloes ran their Lone Star Conference record to 8-1 and their season record to 10-5 with an 85-57 win over Western New Mexico Thursday night. Now, while the points came easy, the focus was on the defensive effort for the second consecutive game. The Buffs held Western New Mexico to 35% from the field, out-rebounded the Mustangs, and forced 19 turnovers in earning the victory. Eastern New Mexico, on the other hand, dropped an 89-65 decision at Lubbock Christian Thursday evening in a game that saw three Greyhounds score in double figures. However, Eastern allowed Lubbock Christian to hit 58% from the floor while also dropping in 12 three-pointers. That dropped the Greyhounds' season record to 10-5, 5-4 in LSC. Eastern is currently on a two-game losing skid after winning 5 in a row. They'll be looking to get back in the win column today, Lucas Kinsey.
Yeah, Kent, one thing for West Texas A&M, I'm looking at what's been going so right for the Buffaloes, because the last two games, they have just been really, really tough to deal with. Two things that stand out is fast break, right? We talk about the Buffs. When are they at their best? They're at their best when the tempo is being pushed. 2 games ago, they had 18 fast break points against UT Permian Basin. The other night, in the win over Western New Mexico, they scored 21 fast break points. So that's one of the things. And then the defense has just been better.
And as we talked with David Chavlovic at halftime of the women's game, to get fast break points, you have to make stops on defense. Let's meet the starting lineup. First, our visitors from Portales, New Mexico, the Greyhounds of Eastern New Mexico. They are 10-5. Overall, 5-4 in the Lone Star Conference in their third season under head coach Brent Owen, a former assistant coach up at Southern Indiana. They will start at guard Graylin Easter, a 6'3 graduate student from Little Rock, Arkansas. Easter averages 9.2 points, 2.7 rebounds. The second guard, Greg Johnson, a 6'4 junior from Little Rock, Arkansas. Johnson averages 9.7 points, 2.8 rebounds. One forward, Ja'Cory Ely, a 6'6 junior from Conway, Arkansas. Ely averages 11.3 points, 4.2 rebounds. The second forward, Errol White, a 6'7 sophomore from Queens, New York. White averages 10.6 points, 8.7 rebounds. And the post, 6'9 freshman from Chihuahua, Mexico, Jose Murillo. He averages 7.5 points, 4.1 rebounds. For the Buffaloes, they're 10-5 overall, 8-1 in Lone Star Conference play in their 9th season under head coach Tom Brown. They'll start the 5-guard lineup. Julius Brown at the point, a 5'10 senior from Westerville, Ohio. Brown averages 15 points, 3 rebounds a game. The second guard, Damian Thornton, a 6'5 senior from Edmond, Oklahoma, transfer from Southwestern Oklahoma State University. 14.5 points, 3.9 rebounds a game. The third guard, Cameron Bell, a 5'10 sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma. Bell averages 2 points, 1.5 rebounds a game. Addison Wallace is a 6'3 sophomore from Cleburne, Texas. Addison averages 6.3 points, 3.8 rebounds, and rounding out the starting 5, Larry Wise. Wise averages 15 points, 3.4 rebounds a game. The Buffs, as we mentioned, in their 9th season under head coach Larry Brown, they average 82.5 points a game. They're allowing 73. Eastern New Mexico averaging 72 points, allowing 68.4 points a game.
Yeah, Kent, for this one, David told you the other night, right after the game of the win over Western New Mexico, he said, Eastern's coming for us. They're tough, they're physical. Even though they did not get the win Thursday at Lubbock Christian, that really doesn't mean anything today, because they're going to be hungry for a win. They're going to be hungry because it's WT against Eastern New Mexico. And again, it's a situation where size and strength, can it affect the Buffs when the Buffs are going to be undersized throughout most of the game? But WT has the speed. They have the outside shooting. We got to remember this, too. The other night, the Buffs blow out Western New Mexico, and Zach Toussaint did not score a point. You think he's going to go 2 games in a row without scoring? I don't think so.
Highly unlikely, but it's nice to know that the Buffs can still come out on top when Zach has a subpar evening offensively. Our officiating crew, Ryan Huber, Trenton Cheney, and Johnny Wilkins. Trenton Cheney will step into the center circle to toss the ball up. Damian Thornton jumping against Jose Murillo. And we're ready to get underway. The Buffs in the home white with the maroon slash across the shoulders, the maroon West Texas numeral on the chest. Eastern New Mexico in the dark Kelly green with the silver Eastern and numerals across the chest.
I'm glad I can see those numbers a little bit easier than what I could in the women's game, Kent.
We are underway with the Buffs going from left to right here in the first half. Murillo backs in on Wallace, puts it off the glass, no good, and Addison comes down with the rebound.
Yeah, you just play, body up, put your hands up in the air, and just make it difficult for those shots to go in. Buffs get a good stop, first possession.
Wise up top. Dumps it down in the corner to Wallace, who feeds Wise underneath. Murillo comes over the back and gets called for the goaltend. Good entry pass from Addison Wallace to Wise driving the paint.
Yeah, and that's a defensive breakdown because you shouldn't have Larry Wise flashing in the paint that wide open, but that's what happened for the Buffs.
Oh, there's a 3 from the far corner, put in by Ja'Cory Ely. Eastern takes an early 3-2 lead. Here's Brown from 12, drops it in.
Julius has been shooting the ball at a really high percentage, and he loves to shoot it off the bounce.
Both teams hot coming out of the box. Ely feeds Murillo on the block. Kicks it back outside to Ely. To Murillo. Hook shot. No good. There with the follow and missed is Errol White, and he's going to be fouled.
Yeah, Cameron would kind of undercut him a little bit, trying to block out, and it showed you the athleticism there by Errol White, because as he's being kind of fouled and taken out of the play, he's still able to get a shot off.
White at 6'7", Bell guarding him at 5'10". And White misses the first. Just a 63%er from the free throw line this year.
We saw the importance of free throws, Kent, in the women's game. Eastern New Mexico left a lot out there missing free throws. They missed 10. See if the Eastern men can hit theirs. They get 1 of 2. So the second one's good for White.
And that ties our score at 4. Thornton, cross court to Wallace. Addison up top to Brown. Wise on the wing. He'll put up the 3. Knocks it down.
Too much space.
Over the last 5 games, Larry Wise has really stepped it up offensively.
Yeah, he, every time it releases his hands, he's expecting it to go in, and so is Buff Nation.
Here's a pull up by Greg Johnson. Knocks it home.
Smooth jump shot there. Nice answer from Johnson. It's a junior from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Brown wants to try a 3. Too strong. There's Murillo with the rebound. Outlet to Ely. Graylon Easter. Near corner, Johnson puts up a 3. Short. Damian Thornton with the defensive board.
That was a pretty good look for Eastern.
Thornton feeds Wallace for the easy lay-in.
That was a sweet pass. And give credit to Addison for the catch.
And in the early going of the game, the Buffs obviously going to the bucket.
Oh, looked like a travel.
A nice move, but a miss by Errol White. Rebound to Thornton. Here come the Buffs. Thornton says he'll do it himself, and he does.
I'm telling you, if you get tired, you need a breather, that's fine. Tom Brown will get a sub, but otherwise, run.
And suddenly, what was a 4-4 tie is an 11-6 Buffalo lead. Murillo inside. Wallace going to be called for the reach.
Addison tried to grab the the basketball there, but got a piece of the arm.
Yeah. Addison giving up 6 inches on that exchange. Here we see him reach in, and right there's the foul, that left arm.
And the Buffs not really early on, not committing a hard double team. They're just saying, hey, Addison, play strong in there. Addison's got some good muscle, good strong lower body.
Jose Murillo at the line, just 15 of 37 now, 41% on the year.
Toussaint on the floor. He'll check in for Cameron Bell.
Murillo misses them both. Thornton with the rebound. Here come the Buffaloes. Thornton drives in the corner to Wallace. Wallace dribbles back out on the wing to Brown. Wallace open for 3, knocks it down.
Hey, Addison, good start from the perimeter.
Buffs knocked down 2 of their first 3 from the floor. They are 6 of 7 overall. And there's a steal. Juju drives in, gets the lay-in, and you talk about fast break points.
Man. And Kent, where does it start? You get the stop on defense, and it's off to the races.
Brett Owens wants a timeout. We'll take it with him. 16:06 to play in the first. Here you see Julius taking it in, guarding the basketball against Greg Johnson. Buffs lead by 10. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Well, the Buffaloes, a great start here today against the Greyhounds. A 9-0 run over the last 114, 12-2 run over the last 2 minutes. Hot shooting. Pretty good defense as well for Buffs.
And you don't normally see 88% from the field, but that's what happens when you go 7 of 8 to start.
See Eastern with a sub. Kent, they're going to bring in one of their biggest players, Malik Oates, 6'9", 235-pound sophomore from Huntsville, Alabama.
And Addison Wallace at 6'3" draws the short straw, so to speak, of guarding Oates. And here we've got a foul inside. They got Addison running through a screen, and that's going to be Addison's second.
So that'll bring Jesse Awizi off the bench. He has been much better over the last 3-4 games.
Gives the Buffs a little more size inside. Jesse at 6'5", but very strong.
Oh,
he and Oates going at it. There, Jesse gets the steal. Dribble the ball, Jesse. Take it in and go to the line.
Nice. I mean, that's what Tom Brown wants to see from his big man off the bench. Be ready to play defensively. He does that, gets the steal, and then Jesse goes coast to coast and gets himself a couple free throws here.
Foul goes against Oates. That's his first. Team first. Awizi drops in the first.
Well, right now, head coach Brent Owen a little upset with the way his team has started this game, digging themselves a hole, trailing 17-6. Greyhounds need a bucket.
And, I said, and there it is. Errol White goes in for the lay-in. He's blocked by Thornton, but he gets the rebound and puts it back in. Meanwhile, at the other end, Brown, 6 points.
Well, there's a reason, KJ, that Julius Brown was the preseason conference player of the year. He is very, very talented.
We have played just shy of 5 minutes, and the Buffs already have 19 points. Here's White, right wing, no good.
Uh-oh.
Greyhounds thought they had the rebound, but it was taken away. Ja'Cory Ely had his hands on it. The Buffs took it away. Here's Thornton on the wing, in the paint, puts it up, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, right now, again, Coach Owen, just keep seeing him just very animated. He's frustrated. The team defense is just not very good right now for Eastern New Mexico. There's all kinds of openings. The Buffs are driving the ball. No one is stepping over to help.
Errol White with his first personal. Sends Damian Thornton to the line. He drops it in. Buffs 8 of 9 from the floor. 2 of 3 from beyond the arc.
And when the loss Thursday against Lubbock Christian, they gave up 89 points to the Shaps.
And the Greyhounds beat the Buffs down court. Ja'Cory Ely takes the outlet pass and goes in for the slam. 20-10 Buffaloes, 14-25 to play here in the first. Brock Mashak on the floor, and we've got a charge call.
Yeah, nudge.
Against Thornton.
Offensively, just a little out of position, Damian was. And give credit to Errol White for moving his feet, drawing that offensive foul.
And that will be just the first turnover against the Buffaloes.
2 freshmen off the bench on the floor, Brock Mashak and Ahmed Muhammad.
And on the floor for Eastern, Blase Chernovich, 6'6" freshman from Gdansk, Poland.
The big man hits the tray. Give that one to Oates. Julius misses that shot, and a good rebound there for the Greyhounds. They've cut the lead to 7.
There's a long 3 by Ely, no good. Buffs point guard, Julius Brown gets the defensive board. Down low on the block. Eweezy going to be tied up by Errol White. Buffs maintain possession.
That last rebound by Julius Kent was the first Buffs rebound by someone not named Damian Thornton. Damian had 4 rebounds. Buffs, Julius gets in on the mix there.
Brown and Eweezy go to the bench. Ahmed Muhammad and Ryland Holt to the floor for the Buffaloes. Muhammad inbounds to Thornton. Damian drives baseline. Spins and is called for his second charge.
Yeah, he's just being pretty aggressive. Chris Gove on the bench is really upset about that call. The shoulder's not dipped. I guess they say the off forearm maybe gets into the chest a little bit. That's just Damian being very aggressive, but too aggressive, and now he's on the bench with a couple of fouls.
Buffs lead by 7 at 20-13, approaching the 13-minute mark of the first. Here's Junior Hodnett, right side to Easter. Easter pulls up, fades away. No good, but there's the tap in by Errol White. He got up there.
He did. It looked like, that's an old school play. It looked like Dennis Rodman down there. Just working hard, keeping the ball alive.
Here's Mashak. To Toussaint. 3, no good. Wise flies in for the rebound and steps on the line.
Oh, good hustle from Larry. You know, this is an opportunity for Eastern Kent. The Buffs have Damian Thornton, bigger player, on the bench. Jesse Eweezy on the bench. Addison Wallace, your main post defender, on the bench.
Julius Brown on the bench. And they've cut it to 5 at 20-15.
I thought there was a push-off offensively, did not get the call.
Eastern using the arm. Fouls going against the Buffaloes. This is going to go against Zach Toussaint.
That's what it was. Muhammad, it's the same call. I can see why Tom's upset because Muhammad is moving his feet. And the offensive player does basically the same thing that Damian Thornton was called for.
6th team foul against the Buffs. Murillo turnaround, no good. Eastern keeps coming up with these offensive boards. Errol White hustling underneath.
He is tenacious. I mean, he is getting after the boards down there, Errol White. And I said it was like Dennis Rodman. He wears number 10. That was Rodman's number when he played for the Pistons originally.
Quick shot put up, missed by Hodnett. Rebound to White. Put back, no. Holt with the rebound and a foul over the back. This goes against Murillo, his first. The Greyhounds' third as a team.
Yeah, Eastern has 9 rebounds as a team, and Errol White has 5 of those.
And White takes a seat on the bench.
Both teams using their bench, keeping players fresh.
Buffs basketball. Wise races up court, keeps going, puts it up, and draws the foul. This goes against Greg Johnson, his first. Team's fourth.
Foul number 5, Greg Johnson, his first, team fourth.
Good job by Larry protecting the ball.
Wise goes to the line where he is 38 of 42, 90% this year. Makes the first.
Yeah, that snapped a 7-0 run from the Greyhounds.
Wise knocks them both down. 7 points for Larry. Muhammad to the bench. Campbell back to the floor.
Well, we saw Eastern go with some full court pressure. Buffs are going to do the same thing.
Chernovich brings it up court, finds Murillo underneath, who slams it home as the Greyhounds beat the Buffs up court.
It was a beautiful pass. I mean, full court, flipped it one hand from Chernovich.
Oweezy on the block, turnaround. We're going to have a block called against Chernovich, trying to defend Oweezy. Jesse gets the ball on the block, and he's got that right hand turned down. Here we see, gets it in there. And he'll go to the line when we come back. There's a timeout on the floor, 11:46 to play in the first. Buffs lead it 22-17. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
There's Bucky taking in some of the action today for West Texas A&M. Buffs lead it 22-17 over the Greyhounds. Hot start for WT, and then Eastern went back on a 7-0 run to get back in this game. Oweezy, good job there at the free throw line to extend the lead back to 6.
Buffs still 8 of 11 from the floor. Oweezy knocks them down, both of them. He had 7 points and 8 rebounds Thursday night against Western New Mexico. There, Graylin Easter brings it down court. Nobody steps in to stop him.
Yeah, 7 points, 8 rebounds for Jesse. That's great production. And they need him right now with some foul trouble against Addison Wallace and Damian Thornton.
There's Julius Brown, little stutter step, and then he takes it to the rack.
I've yet to see a defender that can handle Julius one-on-one. You almost have to commit two.
And here's Larry Wise with a steal and score.
Larry.
9 for Wise, 8 for Julius Brown, and just like that, the Buffs lead up to 9.
Larry the hooper, Larry the shooter, Larry the dunker.
And again, it starts with the defense. Long three outside, misfired by Junior Hodnett, freshman from Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Wise brings it down, a little floater, too strong. And on the rebound, they're going to get a Wheezy coming over the back. That's Jesse's first.
Here's the replay.
7th as a team.
Take the change.
Larry just took it away from Chernovich. And the Buffs come out with the full court pressure.
Eastern has 4 turnovers, Buffs just 2. And the jacket has already come off, if you're wondering, from Tom Brown. Happens in these rivalry games.
Yeah, it came out when Graylin Easter got the fast break dunk a moment ago. And the confusion was it was the 7th team foul against the Buffs, so as long as it's not a player control foul, which it was not, you go to the line. So that'll send Greg Johnson to the line, shooting 1-1. Makes the first. 87% success rate from the line for Greg Johnson this year. 41 of 47.
You know, this Eastern team can't home record 8-0, perfect. On the road, 2-4. So that's where Greyhounds have struggled. They do have some impressive wins. As that second free throw is made, they've beaten UT Tyler. They've beaten Dallas Baptist. They also have beaten Angelo State. Had a close 3-point loss at Midwestern State.
Wise on the wing. Kicks it in the corner to Toussaint. Ball knocked out of bounds by White.
It's just Arrow White. I mean, it looks like Toussaint's open, but a good job of moving your feet and getting a hand in the passing lane by Arrow White.
Oh, Wheezy tried to whip it underneath to Larry Wise, and Wise wasn't anticipating the pass.
You could tell how hard that pass was thrown because you could hear it go off of Larry's finger.
Yeah, that probably stung the fingers pretty good. Errol White up top, goes right side to Easter. Underneath to Oates.
They're going to call foul.
Push down on the baseline.
Buffs had 3 players trying to take the ball away.
This is going to go against Ahmed Muhammad. His first, team's 8th. 6 foot guarding 6'9", and that's what we're seeing throughout this ball game.
Yeah, and if you're Eastern, these fouls being called, slowing the pace of the game down, that's exactly what Coach Owen wants.
Oates makes the first. Sophomore from Huntsville, Alabama. Makes them both. 7 points for the 6'9" sophomore. 5-point Buffalo lead. Here's Wise up top. Gets a screen from Louisi. Pulls back behind the line. Can't get it to go. Ball still loose. It's going to be Eastern's basketball.
Yep, good hustle. Good save there. The women's game earlier went to West Texas A&M, 84-55 win for the Lady Buffs. And Kent, want to mention congratulations to head coach Josh Prock. Today, his career 250th win. We'll get a chance, hopefully, to visit with Josh at halftime. Also, Kent will visit with WT baseball coach Matt Vanderberg. Some baseball action coming soon out at Wilder Park.
Weekend of February 10th. Baseball and softball start up. Just around the corner. Turnover by the Greyhounds. That was their 4th. Make that 5th. Here's Wise, spins in the paint, can't get his layup to go in. Oates with the rebound, outlet to Easter. Easter on the wing. Finds White, backs in on Bell. Kicks it outside to Easter for 3, and he drains it.
That's really good offense by Eastern because the Buffs did bring a double team. The double team comes. White makes a good pass, but give credit to Easter because he moved where his teammate could see him, and he was open for that 3.
And the Greyhounds have cut the Buffs' lead to 2. Here's Brown from 15, blocked by Ely. Ely with the steal. Here's Greg Johnson, short shot missed. Muhammad hustles over, knocks the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Greg Johnson. Buffs basketball.
And that's when Coach Owen would like back. Missed opportunity. They get a good steal and then don't convert. You have a 2-on-1. You got to take your time, be strong, and convert there. Eastern had an opportunity to tie it.
Buffs up by 2. 8:25 to play in the first. Wise for 3. Got it. 12 for Wise in the first half. Buffs lead by 5.
Just not guarding Larry the way that Coach Owen wants to. Oh, another foul. They're going to get Larry with a push.
Yeah. Pushed in the back. It's Larry's first, team's 9th. That sends Malik Oates to the line for another 1-and-1.
We've heard the term before, slow it down, muck it up, right?
Yeah.
It's just old school. I mean, we've got big Eastern. You say we. Eastern has big men. They're going to post them up in the low block. See if you can guard it or not, throw it in, and if you get out of position, these fouls are being called.
Oates takes advantage.
They struggled early at the free throw line, but they've been making them here toward the second part of this half.
Currently 7 of 10 from the line. Here's Wise. Inside of 8 to play in the first. Wise drives in. Little floater, yes, and 1.
Incredible finish from Larry. The only bad thing is he comes up hobbling. Oh, after he made that shot, put it high up off the window, drew the foul, but he's in a little bit of pain right now. Look at this replay, KJ. Breaks him down, takes the bump, and finishes.
Foul goes on Ja'Cory Ely, his first, the Greyhounds' 5th. Larry Wise will be at the line when we come back. 7:52 to play in the first. Buffs lead at 33-28. You're watching West Texas basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology.
Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. As there's a look at Coach Prock chatting with Athletic Director Michael McBroom. And hey, man, 250 wins. That's pretty impressive, Kent.
It's very impressive. And glad that he's on our side.
That's right. Glad Larry Wise is on our side as well. He has been nearly unstoppable.
Larry's 2 of 3 from the line, makes his bonus.
Okay, he makes the free throw. He's still a little ginger, Kent, so he's going to come out, and Rylan Holt will check in.
Ryland, 6'6" junior from Gibson City, Illinois.
So now Ryland Holt, you are the center.
34-28 Buffaloes. Nice denial there by Mishak. Knocks the ball out of bounds.
Is the center kind of like a dinosaur now, Kent?
No one's called a center. They may be a post.
Right.
Ely kicks it outside to Johnson. Drives in, goes up. Holt goes upstairs for the block. On the other side, Oates for three, no good. Johnson with the rebound. Kicks it outside, a wide open Ja'Cory Ely misses the three. And Mishak comes down with the rebound.
Several good looks there for Eastern, but they weren't able to convert.
What a elevation by Ryland Holt to get that block. Toussaint off the glass with a floater.
There you go, Zach.
Aggressive move to the basket for Toussaint. Buffs lead back up to 8 at 36-28. Here's Oates trying to back down on Holt. Fadeaway is going to be short. Toussaint with the rebound. Ball never made it to the rim. Zach said, I did it once, maybe again. Instead, he passes out to Brown. A wide open Toussaint. Too strong. White with the defensive board.
Yeah, Malik Oates, that's an interesting matchup guarding Toussaint. That's going to be a charge.
Johnson with the charge. Ryland Holt standing his ground. Greg Johnson called for his second, 6th against the Greyhounds.
Oh, goodness.
No way you can't call that one.
Zach and Ryland both were setting up. It was nearly a double charge, right?
Here's Muhammad, right wing. Holt for three, no good. Look who got the rebound, Muhammad. Toussaint, wide open up top, drains it.
Yeah, give the assist there. Give the literal assist to Cameron Bell, but give an assist to Ahmed Muhammad for going up and getting that offensive rebound that led to the open look for Zach.
Buffs bump the lead to 39-28. 5:59 to play. We'll take the timeout. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on.
Back to action. Eastern bringing the ball up court, trailing by 11, just inside of 6 to play in the first half. And there's a turnover. Errol White thought Cernovich was going to cut to the basket. Cernovich had other plans.
All right, now Eastern's got to be careful. There's still enough time for the Buffs to go on another run, and Eastern's already down by 11 points.
Muhammad to Holt, long three. Got it!
High release and rattles it in.
8-0 run for the Buffs over the last 2 minutes. 42-28. And another Eastern turnover.
You know, Kent Holt doing some really good things today here in this first half off the bench. Here's the replay. Buffs move it. Good assist again from Muhammad. Holt playing strong defense, leading to some open looks and some shots offensively. Oh, Muhammad just barely hit on the wrist there, so it's a shooting foul. They call the foul on Ely.
The Greyhounds averaging 17 turnovers a game. They're currently sitting on 8. Ahmed Muhammad at the line. 23 of 28 prior to that make. For Ely, that'll be his second personal foul. Team foul number 8 against the Hounds as Muhammad knocks them both down. Buffs lead suddenly up to 16.
Wow. Thursday night they had 48 points at halftime, looking like they're going to be there, if not more.
There's a turnover, courtesy of a foul, a moving screen called against Jose Murillo, his second.
And here's where it's important for Eastern New Mexico, Kent. They're starting to get frustrated. You're starting to see some body language that coaches don't like. And in the process, WT's not feeling sorry for them. They're continuing to attack the basket, shoot the threes on the road. You just gotta be mentally tough here and try to get back in this thing if you're Eastern New Mexico.
Here's Toussaint, and we're going to have a moving screen called against Cameron Bell. Toussaint was moving away from the screen, but
Tom Brown just walked all the way down the bench. You know, sometimes bad things happen. You just have to walk away. Take some time. Put your hands on top of your head. Some counselor talk there for you, Kent.
There you go. Know how to keep calm. Hodnett.
It's hard in the game of basketball to do that.
Lobs down low to White. Backs in on both Holt and Toussaint. Gets it away to Malik Oates, who lays it in.
Yeah.
The other end, Mashak is going to be hammered as he goes to the rack. This goes against Oates, his second. Team's 10th. Brock Mashak will shoot twice. On the season, Mashak 75% from the line, knocks down the first. Oweezy and Brown return to the lineup for the Buffs, replacing Holt and Bell. Mashak's second shot, perfect. Buffs 11 of 13 from the free throw line. Oates from 15, no good. Oweezy had the rebound, stolen away by Hodnett. Greyhounds keep it alive. Here's White on the wing, down low to Oates. Powers his way in, misses the shot. Ball loose on the floor.
It's a scrum. This entire possession has been that way.
Button, who's got the button?
Yep.
They're going to call a foul against.
Oh, against the Buffs. Went against Brock Mashak.
Yeah. His first. Timeout on the floor. 3:46 to play. Buffs lead it 46-30. We'll be back. You're watching WT Basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
There's a look at Brett Owen for Eastern New Mexico, the head coach in his 3rd season, and his team right now trails by 16 points, trying to get back in it here before halftime. Coach Owen, Kent played, was a pretty good player at Southern Indiana, place that we know they like their basketball and they're pretty good.
Yeah, the Division I program now. Of course, we faced Southern Indiana in the 2019 Elite Eight.
Yep.
In their hometown of Evansville, kind of a slanted.
It was one of the best basketball environments we've ever been in.
It was incredible. At the line, Errol White misses the first. Second shot on its way. Got it.
You know, our friend and broadcaster, Bryce Sheets, does football with us and baseball as well. He's from the state of Indiana, and that's what he always talks about is they love their hoops.
Yep. 3:40 to play. Buffs up 15 at 46-31. Brown on the far wing. Up top to Toussaint. Fake pass and drops it in from 17. Zach looked to the right, did the old ball fake. The defender bit, and he nailed it. 49-31. Oates picks up his dribble, gives it to White. Mid-range, no good. Eweezy with the rebound. Outlet to Wise. Larry on the wing. Cross court to Toussaint. Outside to Brown. Here's Eweezy on the block. Can't get it to go down. Good ball movement, but couldn't get the field goal. This is Alex Bosanikis, freshman from suburbs of Fort Worth, North Richland Hills. White to Junior Hodnett.
Almost.
Misses the lay-in. Eweezy with the rebound. Outlet to Brown and a foul on Bosanikis.
A lot of fouls in this first half.
Foul number 13, Alex.
As a result, a lot of free throws.
Is first.
Let's see. Yeah, you mentioned a lot of fouls. 22 between the two teams, split evenly at 11 each. Juju goes to the line for the first time today, shooting twice. Got the first.
You know, talking about WT and them playing well the last several games, the other thing they've done, Kent, they've had great starts. You know, these first halves where they're scoring nearly 50 points. And they build themselves a lead and kind of put the other team in a hole.
Brown misses the second. Outside three, knocked down, Junior Hodnett. We've got a timeout called on the floor. Tom Brown calls it. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Let's keep it here and look around the Lone Star Conference at some scores right now in men's basketball. 2.5 to play in the first half. Angelo State leads Cameron 28-21. In Fort Smith, Arkansas, 7 to play in the first. Arkansas-Fort Smith leads St. Edwards 24-22. The Steinke Center in Kingsville, the Javelinas trail UT Tyler late in the first, 31-21.
And Kingsville is at the top of the standings.
At the Falcon Dome in Odessa, UTPB leads Midwestern State 37-21, 3.5 to play in the first. Early in the second half, Lubbock Christian 41-40 over Western New Mexico, a tight one at the Rip Griffin Center. Here we're at 49-34 Buffs as Larry Wise misfires from three. Oates gets the rebound, outlet to Easter.
At 1 point game, Western Lubbock Christian, that shows you what we were talking about the other night. The Buffs were great against Western New Mexico, but the Mustangs also were very off.
Here's a three, drained. Blase Chernovich goes over. Zach Toussaint for the three.
Those threes, yeah, they're helping.
Pulls the Greyhounds back within 12. Toussaint from a bit further knocks it down.
Well, it helps when you make the threes. It does not help when you allow Zach Toussaint to shoot threes.
He was good 8 feet behind the 22-foot arc.
Yep.
Hodnett feeds Easter. Turned over. Brown Going to take it all the way himself. Forces it up and one.
That's incredible play by Juju. His athleticism, his hang time, and then his strength.
Errol White, his second. We've got the replay here. Watch how Julius protects the ball as he goes in. Body between he and the defender.
Yeah, a lot of players would have struggled to just get that shot off.
Julius makes the bonus. The Buffs find themselves with 55 points in the first half. We still got a minute to play. Long three outside, knocked down. Junior Hodnett, his second three of the half.
Eastern's gotten hot. Still trailed, though, by 15 points.
Here's Brown, another long three, no good. Rebound pulled down by White.
That's his 9th rebound.
Chernovich dishes left wing to Hodnett. And we're going to have a foul called against Juju. He undercut Graylin Easter. For Julius, that's his second. Easter goes to the line for the first time this afternoon. Knocks down the first. Native of Little Rock, Arkansas.
You know, Eastern's opponents coming into Thursday's game with Lubbock Christian, scored 68 points a game. They gave up 89 on Thursday at the Rip Griffin Center, and they've given up 55 first half points, so the defense has not traveled this week.
55-42, final 30 seconds of the first half. Shot clock off, 15 seconds on the game clock. Brown on the wing, gets a screen from Mashak. Here's Tucson in the corner. Three's no good. Chernovich with a long heave at the buzzer, will not go, and that'll take us to the halftime break with West Texas A&M leading 55-42. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, Lucas will visit with Lady Buff head coach Josh Brock. I'll have a visit with Buff baseball coach Matt Vanderberg. After this timeout, you're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Halftime of the men's game. WT leads 55-42 over Eastern New Mexico. And right now being joined at halftime by Lady Buff head coach Josh Brock. Coach, congratulations on the win today. A big win for you, a big win over Eastern New Mexico in conference, but also your 250th career victory. So let's start there. Congratulations on a pretty big milestone.
Well, thank you, Lucas. I appreciate it. Honestly, like I didn't. Brooke Alverson, the volleyball coach, assistant volleyball coach, texted me, said, "Congrats on 250," and I said, "Whoa!" I had no idea. So just a real quick shout out, Lucas. There's a lot of really good players, a lot of really good coaches.
Yep.
That have 100% had a lot to do with that accolade. And I'm very grateful for it, and hopefully there's a few more coming.
Well, reading your body language as you were coming up, a little different from Thursday night. Obviously, it was still a win, but you told me after the game Thursday that was not our best basketball. There were some things that you felt like needed to be fixed in terms of effort and execution, and you saw that today against a pretty talented Eastern New Mexico team. Coach, your girls got after it. So what were some of the biggest differences in the win today?
Well, I thought, like you just mentioned, I thought our overall effort was better today. I thought our execution on offense was a lot better today. We did really good on those kind of things. And, you know, withstanding, you know, the first quarter, I thought defensively was really good.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't create a lot of steals and things of that nature today. But overall, I thought it was a really good just performance. I mean, I kept telling our girls offensively we're going to be fine. You know, we had 40 at half, 44 in the second half. So we continue to shoot the ball like this. We're going to be hard to beat if we can guard like we did.
12 threes. Kyla Kane had a big game, scored 13 points in the second half. Lauren Taylor shot the ball well. Kamira Decker, good game for Kamira against her old team in Eastern New Mexico, and she gets 11 points and 8 rebounds. Talk about her performance and what you saw from your bigs today.
Yeah, she was a little motivated today. And you know what? And this is I just have to give shout out to our girls. So, like, the other day, I mean, I know Kamira has extra motivation for this game. And so we bring Jayla in, talk to her real quick and say, hey, would you mind if Kamira started for you? Because Jayla hasn't done anything to not deserve to start, you know. And Jayla was like, absolutely, let her have it. That just tells you the camaraderie these kids have. Jayla was like 100% all in on that. So that was cool to see. And then you're right, Kamira 11 and 8. I'm really proud of her.
Well, she had 8 rebounds. The rebounds really stood out to me, 47 to 36. Rebound advantage to WT, 15 offensive rebounds, so that was pretty special as well. Okay, so you get the 2 wins at home, Coach. Now what's it going to take? You're going to go on a longer road stretch here against some good competition.
Yeah, I mean, we got 2 very, 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 very good teams coming up. You know, Texas Women's, who they won both their games this weekend, so I would not be surprised at all if they're top 10 team in the country. They're undefeated in the league.
So a good opportunity for the Lady Buffs then.
Yeah, great opportunity for us. And UT Tyler, I mean, I know they had a setback today, but that was their first one in the conference play. So Tyler's been playing well. They're both going to be at home. So we're going to have to bring our A game and to be able to get ready to go for these next 2 games.
Great job today, Coach. Again, congratulations on 250 wins. We'll keep that thing going and more milestones down the road for Josh Prock. Great job.
I guess I didn't know it, so I'm very grateful. And let me just give a huge shout out to Buff Nation. They came out again today. They continue to do, not that you and I are surprised.
Nope.
Just amazing support here.
We'll take a quick timeout. Halftime score 55-42. When we come back, Kent will visit with baseball head coach Matt Vanderberg.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center, where the West Texas A&M Buffaloes have a 55-42 lead over Eastern New Mexico. And while we're in the middle of basketball season, baseball season, just around the corner, opening day at Wilder Park will be February 10, and the Buffs actually open on the road 1 week prior to that, the first weekend of February, and we're joined now by head coach Matt Vanderberg, who has done just an outstanding job entering his 15th season as head coach of the Buffs, has 547 career victories, of which 448 of them have come here at West Texas A&M. And I know a lot of excitement surrounding the baseball program. 8 consecutive trips postseason, and should be another strong season.
Yeah, Kent, thanks for having me. I really like our group. We got a lot of returners back, and we're excited about this year. And our guys are unselfish. They're here for a reason. They hated the way our last year finished up, and we got a lot of those guys back, so we're really excited about this group. You got 2 returning All-Americans in Adam Becker, who was the LSC Offensive Player of the Year last year. Ryan Johnson batted .403. You've got 5 All-Region players returning. Yeah, we return a lot, and not only offensively but on the mound as well. I think if you start looking at it, I think we return like 80% of our innings from last year, and plus, Coach Neal and Coach Hall, they did an outstanding job signing some really good arms, and even some bats as well and stuff. So the group is deep, especially on the mound and offensively. So again, I think this year could be special for us. You talk about strong on the mound. The Buffs at one time, early in your career, bat the ball all over the place and then hope you can hold teams down. But you've got 3 returning starters in Nick Marshall, Maddox Hoagland, and Isaac Keene, who are among the best around. Yeah, they're really good. And, Coach Hall's obviously been with me this entire time. He's done a phenomenal job. Those first years were pretty tough to get the talented arms in, but we knew that we had to start getting those guys. And, the last really 7-8 years, we've had some really good arms here with guys like Marshall Kozowski, Joe Corbett. The list goes on. And these guys that we've got this year returning, obviously Nick Marshall, you named the 3 returners, but then, Reese Miller's another one of those guys that he was our closer last year. We may move him into a starting role, but, man, that guy's as good as anybody we've got. And, he's even, last year we kind of had to baby him a little bit just because of injuries and stuff, but this year he's healthy and he's really good. Now the schedule this year, it's all LSC all the way, basically, and you start with the long road trip down to Laredo. Yeah, it's always tough to start off with conference, but, we play 48 of our 50 games are conference games, and, we're out inter-squadding right now, so we started inter-squadding the first day that we possibly could, and we got to see at-bats, and, our pitchers got to throw against guys, and we got to keep our guys healthy, so we're excited about it. It starts February 3 down in Laredo, a 4-game series against Texas A&M International, and then you come home for the home opener Friday, February 10th against Texas A&M Kingsville. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. That's a good home opener for us. Looking forward to an exciting season of baseball. We've been visiting with our head coach, Matt Vanderberg. We are at the half. Basketball-wise, Buffs lead at 55-42. We'll be back after this. You're watching Buffalo Basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards
always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Taking a quick look at the first half statistics. The Buffaloes knocking down 18 of 31 field goal opportunities, 58%, 6 3-pointers out of 14 attempts for 42%. The Greyhounds, 13 of 35, that's 37% from the floor, but they've also hit 6 3-pointers out of 13 tries. Greyhounds 10 of 14 from the line, the Buffaloes 13 of 16. We talked about the size advantage, Lucas Kinsey, that the Greyhounds have, out-rebounding the Buffaloes 22 to 13, but the Buffs have forced 10 Greyhound turnovers, have only committed 4 themselves.
You know, for West Texas A&M, the offense is just so good, Kent. I mean, whether it's outside shots, they have good ball movement that's leading to open threes. They are attacking the basket. They're getting to the free throw line. Larry Wise, 15 points at halftime. Are you kidding me? Julius, 12 points, 3 assists. That's one other thing that I've noticed in these last 2 and now into this third game. Julius' assist numbers are up.
Going up. Individually, you mentioned Julius Brown, 12 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 2 steals. Julius has not committed a turnover. Larry Wise, the game's leading scorer, with 15 points. He also has a steal. For the Greyhounds, Malik Oates inside has 9 points, 2 rebounds. Graylin Easter has dropped in 7 points. On the boards, Errol White has 9 rebounds already, 4 of them on the offensive end. He also has 6 points and 3 assists. So the Buffs leading it here at the half, 55-42. Buffs with 18 points off turnovers. Eastern New Mexico with 9. Buffs have actually outscored the Greyhounds in the paint 18-12, but those fast break layups count as points in the paint. The Buffs have 11 fast break points, and the Buffs bench out rebounding the Greyhounds 20-18. Buffs' biggest lead was 18 at the 2:24 mark. The Greyhounds led briefly by 1 in the first minute of the game, and as we start the second half, the Buffs lead is at 13, 55-42. We're going to have Thornton, Wise, Bell, Brown, and Wallace on the floor for WT. For Eastern New Mexico, it's going to be Easter, White, Oates, Ely, and I'm missing one. There it is. Greg Johnson. And we're ready to go.
And, Kent, Addison Wallace and Damian Thornton, fresh legs, because they went to the bench early in that first half with foul trouble.
Larry Wise rolled his ankle late in the half, got it retaped. I was talking to basketball trainer Austin Feltner. He says he's good to go.
Greg Johnson.
And Austin does an outstanding job. Kent works with a lot of the teams here at WT. A really solid trainer, so important to the athletics.
Greg Johnson opened the half with a lay-in underneath. Here's Thornton, feeds Wallace down on the baseline. Wallace goes underneath. Ball knocked out of bounds.
And Eastern starting this first defensive possession in the zone. Pretty soft. There's lots of openings in the middle.
Here's Brown with 4 on the shot clock. Pulls up, shoots. No good. Easter with the outlet. Hounds trailing by 11.
Oh.
Driving in, missing the layup. Earl White, athletic move, but he couldn't finish.
That would have trimmed the lead to 9. Instead, it stays at 11.
Here's Thornton up top. Left wing to Wise. Open. He'll shoot it. Off the front of the rim. Eastern with the defensive board. Easter in the corner. Double team by Thornton, and Brown spins
Oh,
and loses the ball out of bounds. Yes, he did.
Yeah, just got up and away from his body. And taps his chest, knows that was a rare dribbling mistake there for Eastern New Mexico.
And they're going to call a charge against the Buffs. It's Trenton Cheney making the call out near midcourt. Obviously away from the ball.
His third, team first.
I think
and that's against Addison Wallace.
Yeah, they're replaying. They're going to the monitor as well on this one to see if it's any kind of a flagrant.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's see what we can see. Addison's 33. Did he? I don't know.
That's either Addison with a silly foul or it's an incredible acting job.
Yeah.
For Eastern New Mexico.
Did you see him? Did he raise his elbow any, or was it just the shoulder?
I'm not sure. Let's look at it
again, Jacob?
one more time. It's Easter that hits the deck, falls down, and if Addison does get his arm up, then that's a foul.
If he does, it's very that's tough to tell here.
Yep.
Now you also got the flop call. You know, you can reverse, but you rarely see that called. Let's see what our trifecta of officials come up with here.
Now we got one more angle, I think, that Jacob just found for us.
They're actually tangled up starting at midcourt.
There you go.
That's a tough one.
It almost looks like they're both kind of
they're just tangled up.
Arm wrestling as they go down the floor. And Eastern is going to get the ball.
For Addison Wallace, that's his third personal. Buffs first of the second half.
Well, Addison, that gets you back on the bench.
Baseline. Ely turns around over Tucson.
Smart play. Go inside. It's a 9-point lead.
Yeah, Hounds have cut the deficit to single digits at 55-46.
Well, they're doing it with their defense. They have not let WT get a score so far here in the second half. They extend that 2-3 zone up high.
Brown puts up a three. Got it.
Not high enough.
15 points for Juju. Buffs lead back up to 12. 58-46.
It's difficult to run a zone defense against WT, Kent. Over the years, we've seen it. Not many teams have success.
Ely, turnaround from 8. Can't get it in, and coming over the back is going to be Oates. He got a pretty good chop in on Ryland Holt.
There's aggressive play, and you definitely want that, but we're seeing some, what I think are silly fouls.
Chippy?
From both teams. I mean, you don't have position. The other player has the rebound secured in his hands. Don't reach through and pick up a foul there if you're Oates, because now he goes to the bench.
Yeah.
With his third foul.
Thornton brings the ball up for WT. Goes to Tucson. Here's Larry Wise up top. Double team. Finds Thornton at the line. Damian drives in. High floater, no. Holt with the tap, no. Coming away with the rebound, Errol White. Murillo. Left wing to White, underneath to Murillo, give and go.
That's a two-man game with two bigs right there. It's a really nice pass from Errol White. Like his game.
10-point Buff lead, 58-48. Here's Brown. Pull up, mid-range, yes.
Well, Eastern cannot find an answer for Julius Brown. 17 points for Juju.
He's got all 5 of the Buffs' points in the second half. Here's Easter. His three no good. Holt had the rebound. Knocking it away was White. Long three outside, misfired by Johnson. Buffs basketball.
White's motor just doesn't stop. I mean, he went past 2 white maroon jerseys there to secure that offensive board, but the ball does go back to West Texas A&M.
Wonder how Portales, New Mexico compares to Queens, New York. They don't have a Subway.
That's right. They do not.
Tucson, open three, got it. That's Zach's third. He needs 3 to match Martin Latibedaire for third all-time on the WT three-point chart. Lob inside, nice pass. Errol White takes it, but give credit to Ja'Cory Ely. Buffs lead at 13, 63-50, inside of 16 to play here in the second. Brown, wow, a little short there.
Thought that
Tucson
was
a long way out. Meshach almost tied up in the corner, gets it away to Muhammad. Shot clock at 10. Brown on the wing to Tucson. In and out, but there with the one-timer, Ahmed Muhammad.
And his timing was perfect.
Takes the elevator to the third floor for the tap-in.
He made that three-point miss look like it was a perfect pass into his hands.
Strong move to the bucket by Greg Johnson. He's going to be fouled. They're going to call Ryland Holt with his first. Buff second as a team, 14:49 to play in the first. Let's take a look at this miss, and up we go. Yes.
Nobody blocks him out, and Muhammad does the rest.
65-50 our score. We'll be back. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology.
Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Kent, Ahmed Muhammad going to get a breather and sit on the bench for a little bit. Love his energy, the effort that he brings. Obviously a great scorer, but he shows on that last possession. I mean, he's going to go after the boards and do the dirty work as well.
Good basketball sense. He read where that rebound was going.
Yeah.
And he was in the air in anticipation. Foul as we left for the break on Ryland Holt, his first since Greg Johnson to the line. Shooting twice. Johnson 2 of 2 in the first half. Knocks down the first. Second shot to come. Can cut the Buffs lead to 13, which he does.
Eastern does not have a player in double figures, but they have balanced scoring. 7, 7, 7, 8, 6, 9 individually.
Here's Thornton. Holt back to Thornton. Damian drives on the elbow, gives it to Meshach, his left-hander off the glass. No, and he's going to be fouled. I believe this will go on Murillo.
Yeah, late whistle. And
Errol White picks up his third.
It's a really good pass from Damian, too, finding the open cutter.
Yeah, White comes across and makes the body contact there. Sends Meshach to the line. Brock 2 of 2 in the first half, makes the first.
I liked your interview with Brock the other night, Kent, after the game, and Brock was talking about wanting to come here and play for the Buffaloes and get to shoot threes and get up and down the court and have fun.
Yeah.
Of course, he had Ryan Quaid to tell him all about it, and
that's it.
And Ryan didn't just talk; he produced. He was one of the best players to play here for West Texas A&M.
He's currently involved in commercial real estate in Dallas. Moving on and doing well. Here's Ely driving to the rack, but before the shot, we're going to have a foul called against Jesse Oweezy. That's going to be Oweezy's second, the third team foul against the Buffs here in the second half.
Foul number 1, Jesse Oweezy. His second, team third.
The Hounds to inbound to the right of their bucket. Ja'Cory Ely to get things started. Lobs it in to White. Kicks it outside to Easter. In the corner, White, 3, too strong. Ball knocked out of bounds. Mashak had it. Someone punched it out of his hands, and they say the Buffs touched it last.
It's kind of the danger zone there on the baseline behind the bucket where the Lady Buff players are sitting.
Yeah,
players crashing in.
It's Carly and Zam down there.
Ball, be careful down there.
Lob to Ely, working on Mashak. Drives in, puts the shoulder down. Oweezy with the block, and they call the foul.
The Birds are out, Kent.
Looked like good defense by the Buffaloes, but Ryan Huber thought otherwise.
The Boo Birds here at the FUB.
Let's see.
Yeah, that
Jacob, here we go.
This is lowering the shoulder right there.
Yeah.
So.
And then they're going to get Jesse with the foul. Actually, Mashak took the foul. That sends Ely to the line, and he misses the first. Second shot, got it.
Checking on the scores, UT Tyler still leading on the road against Texas A&M Kingsville, 31-23. Permian Basin leads by 14 points over Midwestern State, 2:53 before halftime. And into the second half, a tight one at the Rip Griffin Center. Lubbock Christian, 1-point lead over Western New Mexico, 41-40. Seems like LCU's had a lot of tight games at home, but they find a way to win.
Yeah. Eastern foul charged on Errol White, his fourth. So that's a big contributor that heads to the bench for the Greyhounds. Here's Thornton, drives in, blocked by Murillo. Coming up with the ball, Johnson takes it in and lays it in.
Good play there for Eastern. Defense leads to the offense in transition. Really good hustle from Murillo.
Buff lead at 13, 13-15 to play. Mashak to Wise. Back to Tucson. Wise works in. Put a shot up.
I think he was expecting contact.
Yeah, he short-armed that one.
Yep. So Eastern can cut it to 10, or they can go under 10 here if they are able to hit a three.
Eastern has hit 6 threes today.
Buffs just 12 points in this half.
I'll counter that. Eastern with only 13.
Okay.
Baseline, Ely spins, and there's the foul. They got Holt. You know, this game is kind of mirroring the Western New Mexico game in that the first half had flow, and the second half is whistle after whistle after whistle. Ely at the line, missed the first. Watch him shoot, and let's see if this is his normal.
That was a lot of shimmy there.
Yeah.
Keep that view right
That's
there for us.
exactly what it is.
Yeah, yep. Like Kent Johnson back in the 70s on the dance floor.
Keep it loose. Makes the second. That is unique. How do you square up your shoulders if you're...
It's anti-fundamental, I guess.
11-point Buffalo lead at 67-56. Oh, wide open. Thornton underneath. Puts it up, in and one. The delay drew the foul.
Smart play by Damien. Gets a defender up in the air and finishes.
Greg Johnson called for his third. Yeah, I thought Thornton was going to have an easy lay-in, but he took the ball and decided to go under the basket.
That was a good play.
Gave the Greyhound defender time to close in, but Damian got the shot, drew the foul, and made the free throw. 6 points for Thornton to go with 6 rebounds. Buffs lead back up to 14. Here's Ely, guarded by Wallace. Turns the corner, spins in the paint.
Oh, nice
Puts
finish.
it up and one. And they got Ryland Holt again with the foul.
Slashing, spinning.
Man.
Bucket here. Made by Ja'Cory Ely.
And the bonus is good. Ely has 7 in the second half, 5 in the first.
The question for Eastern is, can they get enough stops, though? I mean, their offense is looking better. They're still struggling defensively, though.
The Buffs still shooting over 50% from the floor.
That was a good block. Murillo affected that shot, got a piece of it.
Here's Johnson, pull up 3, no. Wallace with the rebound.
Yeah, I think Eastern can get a better look than that. Coach Owen frustrated. It's a quick 3 in transition.
Oh, not enough zip on that one. It's a steal by the Hounds. Reverse laid up and in. Junior Hodnett.
It's a 9-point deficit, and Kent, there is a smattering of Eastern New Mexico fans here. They're making some noise.
Thornton on the wing.
Good timeout, probably here by Tom Brown.
11:07 to play, second. Buffs lead it, but only by 11. We'll be back. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
West Texas A&M leads, but only by 9. Buffs led 55-42 at halftime. Eastern New Mexico has outscored the Buffaloes by 4 here in the second half, and 70-61 lead. And out of this timeout taken by Tom Brown, Buffs have won their last 2 games. Overall, great record in conference play at 8-1.
4-1 in the West Division. But that conference record is what will seed the tournament. Here's Thornton, drives strong. He's going to be tripped up. Got a Greyhound foul. And I believe they got Blase Cernovich with his second. And that'll take us to a media timeout. 10:53 to play. Buffs lead it 70-61. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, We need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Fans hanging out with Bucky, right behind Bucky today, as the Buffaloes lead it by 9 points. Still plenty of time in this one, 10:53 in the second half, and WT with inbound underneath its own bucket.
Brown to get it into Thornton, drives strong and tomahawks it home.
That's exactly the word I was thinking of, Kent, the old school tomahawk jam. Put it over his head. Impressive play for Damian.
And that one, guessing, was drawn up over on the bench during that timeout. That was a set play. 72-61, Buffs by 11. There's a missed three from outside, but an offensive board put up. A second shot, no. Ely with the rebound. His follow, no. They've missed four. Ball still loose. Hounds put it up, in and one.
Well, that's why you cannot give up 4 offensive rebounds in one possession.
Greg Johnson prevails, and he'll go to the line for the bonus. Buffs just could not get a defensive board. Johnson's bonus is good.
Well, WT, Kent, we haven't talked about this. They're being out-rebounded by 14. 35-21.
And it's not an infrequent occurrence that the Buffs are out-rebounded.
That's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, Thornton his third.
And the Buff Nation is upset, but what they didn't see was his off arm create space and bump the defender backwards. So officials make the right call there. Thornton his third personal foul. He's got a sub coming for him, though. Ryland Holt up off the bench.
Ryland with 3 fouls in the game. Buff lead by 8, 72-64. Buffs had 55 at the half. Just 17 in the first 10 of the second half. That's Tucson called with the hand check.
Yeah, they just went complete ISO there with Junior Hodnett and let him take the ball inside.
9th team foul against WT. Hodnett to the line, shooting 1 in the bonus. Holt into the game, but
he's going to go in for Wise.
Going in for Larry.
Okay.
First shot's good. 9 points for Hodnett.
They'll just tell Damian, be smart, don't pick up a quick fourth.
Missed the second, but there for the rebound, Chernovich. Another offensive rebound for the Hounds.
Good strip.
And a turnover maybe. And a timeout's called. Good hustle.
Yep.
Ryland Holt calls the timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
You know, they sent Larry to the bench, KJ, and I was thinking, well, is he feeling okay? Came up hobbled after he made a bucket and got fouled in the first half. So look down at the box score. Larry hasn't scored in the second half. He had 15 points at halftime. So Eastern New Mexico, they went into the locker room at halftime, give him credit for a couple of things, for not getting too down on themselves, trailing on the road by 13. They came out, they've played tougher, they've gotten after the boards, and defensively they've done some things that have affected the Buffaloes a little bit.
Let's go around the conference, look at some scores in men's basketball. Cameron trailing Angelo State, 6 minutes to play in that game. Rams lead at 63-48. St. Edwards winning at Arkansas Fort Smith 53-44. UT Tyler and Texas A&M Kingsville tied with 9.5 to play 46-46. Western New Mexico up at Lubbock Christian in the final seconds of the game 74-67. Here the Buffs lead it 72-65.
Coach Owen thought that was the same thing that the Buffs had been called on earlier. He felt like Julius pushed off. Strong take by Juju.
Julius got the bucket. 19 for Juju. Cernovich guarded by Toussaint. Took a step, no call.
Or two.
A steal by Thornton. Takes it in, high off the glass, missed it. Got a little fancy in there. At the other end, Johnson loses it to Mashak.
He spun, he forgot the ball.
And the Buffs threw it away. They had 3-on-2 break, and the Hodnett stole the ball. And at the other end, Ely.
They just keep chipping away. 7-point lead.
Buffs' biggest lead has been 18. It's down to 7.
What was the whistle for? I'm not sure why they blew the whistle.
Well, we've got a timeout on the floor, and it's going to be a full timeout.
The official at first did not. Okay, somebody called a timeout. I didn't see who, but
8:30 to play, second half. Buffs lead it, but it's getting tight. 74-67. You're watching WT Basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
There's a look at Eastern New Mexico head coach Brent Owen. The Greyhounds in the second half are shooting 47%. They're shooting 7 of 10 from the free throw line. They have cut the Buff lead to 7.
Brown up top. Picks up his dribble, comes near side to Wise. Wise scoreless in the half. Drives in and he draws the blocking call.
There have been some collisions today when the offensive players are driving the ball inside.
Junior Hodnett picks up his first. The Greyhounds 6th.
That's the right call. The defender not square, still moving his feet.
Wise goes to the line, shooting twice. Had 15 in the first, and that's his first point of the second half. Makes them both. Those are big.
Yeah, nice job by Larry.
9-point Buffalo lead, 76-67. Approaching the 8-minute mark. Here's Ely, baseline. Tries to find Murillo inside. Holt knocks it away. Mashak takes it, drives down, and is blocked. We'll go the other way with Hodnett being fouled by Larry Wise.
The previous possession, a really good steal, good deflection for Holt. And Mashak, probably the right idea, just 2 defenders came up and blocked the shot, and then here's the foul.
No brainer on that one. Junior Hodnett, 1 of 2 today from the line. makes the first.
Eastern now 18 of 25 at the free throw line. The Buffaloes 18 for 21. As we said, a lot of free throws today.
Knocks them both down. 7-point lead again. 7:47 to play. Brown to Wise. Holt feeds Brown from 15. Yes.
I mean, he steps back and says, you're going to really give me this much space?
That is his shot. We see him shoot threes, but that step back from 12 to 17 feet is Julius Brown. Buffs lead back up to 9. Here's Murillo down low, working on Holt, goes underneath and lays it in.
Doesn't get any more high percentage than that. If you're Eastern, though, they got to tighten up their defense. They are giving, in this zone, look at all the space that they are allowing.
Toussaint catches the ball, and as he passes it back, he's on the line. Leading by 7, the Buffs turn it over.
Well, Eastern is being given an opportunity. If we haven't seen them go on a long run, but if they're able to, Kent, they're going to seize that momentum. The official is over at the scores table right now, checking on something over there with Paul Sweetgall and company.
78-71. Got to be a walk. Ho-ho! Losing his balance was Graylin Easter. He dribbled the ball after he'd stumbled backwards and regained.
And then a foul is going to go on the other side, and now some words are being exchanged.
Something's going on when Julius Brown gets heated, and that's what's happened. Brown and Ely going at it underneath.
And we don't see Julius lose his composure very often.
Julius pointing to his chin
there
like something came up. Well, that's the walk. Now, how do you not call that?
I guess the official says he's maybe trying to keep his dribble alive.
He was thinking of dribbling. Ryan Huber sends both teams to the bench.
There are thinkers and then there are doers, right?
The officials are going to go to the video monitor to see if Ja'Cory Ely got the elbow up around the face of Julius Brown.
Well, we said it Thursday, Kent, in the second half when the Buffs game was out of reach against Western New Mexico, and we started looking ahead to this game. I told you whether it was a chess tournament, whether it was ultimate Frisbee, whatever it is, if it's the green and gray against the maroon and white, these two teams, there's no love loss. We don't have a wheel in this rivalry, but it feels like we should have something in the sport of basketball.
Don't need to remind Buff Nation or Greyhound fans where the wagon wheel resides for the next year.
Although we get a football coach coming in, head football coach Josh Lynn.
Who knows what that wheel means.
He does. Previously head coach going back several years ago at Eastern New Mexico.
Yeah, graduate of Eastern.
A big call coming out of this one. I think it's just a little bit of a skirmish. I mean, the two teams kind of come together. Tempers are flaring. Emotions running high. Did you see anything underneath, Kent?
I didn't in the skirmish, but then we weren't able to get a replay on it.
You think
but
that may have been why Julius was so upset?
I think something happened. Now, Johnny Wilkins is pointing at both ends of the floor, so I get the idea we may have possibly a double foul. I'm not sure. See if we can get some clarification.
The fans here at the First United Bank Center, fan just hollered out rock, paper, scissors.
Looking at the two coaches as Ryan Huber explains what's going on. Neither one looks too disgusted with it all. See if we can pick anything up here in a minute.
Well, they've got the basketball on the other end like there was some kind
Julius is going to shoot here, but what's the justification behind it? 6:54. They're calling a foul on Greg Easter. But we'll see if we can get further clarification. Brown goes to the line, makes the first. And we're still they're calling a dead ball technical foul on Greg Easter, and that results in 2 free throws.
Wow. Well,
and now they're going to go the other way.
And Ely's going to shoot.
And we're going to have I don't know who the foul would be on this end, what we're going to call, but we're going to let Easter shoot 2 free throws. As Ja'Cory Ely
the
makes
foul
the first.
can't win against Jesse Oweezy with the personal foul.
So that was the personal foul, and that's what we're shooting here as the Buffs are over the 10-foul limit.
All right, each team gets 2 free throws, and we stay right where we were at a 7-point game.
Wow, 80-73, 6:49 to play.
Buckle up.
Toussaint up top to Brown. Julius wants this one. Passes off to Zach. Here's Damian. Thornton drives in, is blocked by Murillo. Julius keeps it alive. 7 on the shot clock. Brown up with the hook. No, Murillo with another rebound.
That was a big stop defensively by Eastern New Mexico.
Buffs lead it 80-73. Murillo inside, turns, and he's hooked by Julius.
And on the offensive side, they execute the ball screen, the screen and roll, because as they roll and the Buffs commit 2 to the ball, it leaves Julius covering the big man underneath. There was nothing he could do except foul.
Oweezy has 3 fouls. Brown has 3 fouls. Thornton has 3 fouls. And Toussaint has 3 fouls as number 33 goes to the line and misses the front end of his 2-shot opportunity. Oweezy to the bench. Holt back to the floor. Holt has 3 fouls. Murillo makes the second. He's 1 of 4 today. And the lead now trimmed to 6 at 80-74.
Defensively, Eastern switches back to man-to-man defense.
Brown, baseline. Double teamed. And we've got a 3-second call. Turnover number 10 against the Buffaloes. And Julius simply got too far under the basket and had nowhere to go.
Yeah, he could not find an open teammate. Good trap by the Greyhounds.
Yeah, good defense. Buffs by 6. 5:45 to play. Ely drives. Holt got a hand on the ball and got called for the foul. That's his 4th.
Tom Brown is questioning not the foul, but he felt like Murillo was camped out in the lane too long before they moved the ball and went with Ely.
Ely shimmies his way through the shot and makes it. He'll have a second. Addison Wallace, Zach Toussaint replace Campbell and Ryland Holt. Toussaint, scoreless Thursday night, has 13 this afternoon. Ely knocks them both down.
Some big free throws there.
4-point game. Buffs led by 18 late in the first half. Toussaint on the wing.
They better stay up.
5.5 to play. Brown drives, puts it up, got a whistle. Is it before the shot?
2 shots.
Foul goes against Junior Hodnett, his second. Greyhounds 8th as a team. Brown goes to the line shooting twice.
Julius, when he's out there dribbling and waiting, it's almost like an old toy that you wind up and then you let it go and it explodes.
Julius makes the first. Got them both. Julius 6 of 7 from the line. And he is currently sitting at 25 points. There's a strong drive and a bucket.
Ely has really picked up his game in this second half. He's got 20.
And he had 5 in the first half. Thornton pump fake from 3, drives in.
Oh, they're
and one.
They're going to count it.
Brent Owen says, how? Johnny Wilkins says, and one.
A lot of times we don't see these continuation plays, Kent. I'm feeling like Hubie Brown in the NBA here.
Jose Murillo with the foul, his third. 9th against the Hounds. Thornton with the bucket and the bonus to come.
I think one of the officials just went over to the Buff bench and signaled to Coach Chavlovic.
Keep it down.
Yeah.
They did that throughout his playing career, too. Thornton makes the bonus. Big three-point swing there for the Buffaloes. 85-78, inside of 5 to play. Ely sets up the Greyhounds. Murillo and Thornton really shoving in the paint. Long three, no good. Wallace with a big defensive board for the Buffs. Brown up top to Thornton. Toussaint drives the floater off the glass. Yes, and the foul.
He's got a chance to make it back-to-back possessions for the Buffaloes where they get 3-point plays driving the ball. Zach makes a good decision. Defense runs at him as he's a great shooter, so he puts it on the floor, absorbs the contact, and finishes.
Uses the glass to his advantage. He'll go to the line for the bonus. And he knocks it down. 16 for Toussaint. You were right. Thursday, you said, I have a feeling he'll come out with a big game on Saturday after being held scoreless against Western New Mexico, and he's got 16 tonight.
Foul number 11, Damian Thornton, his fourth.
Damian Thornton picks up his fourth. He's going to send Ely to the line, shooting twice. Got the first.
You know, we're talking about Zach and moving his way up in the 3-point field goals made list for WT. Second free throw is good for Ely. The other thing, Zach is ranked 15th all-time scoring coming into Thursday. Needed 56 points to crack the top 10. So he's getting closer to that as well.
He's got 40 to go. Eight-point Buffalo lead. Toussaint, a long three, no good. Rebound comes down to White. Outlet to Easter. Here's a three. Johnson near wing, no good. Thornton gets the rebound. Buffs have numbers, 4-on-2. And we got a block in the paint. This is going to go against Greg Johnson, his fourth. Team's 10th. That'll send Damian Thornton to the line, shooting twice when we come back from this timeout. 3:42 to play. Buffs lead at 88-80. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
West Texas A&M Buffaloes lead it by 8. Eastern New Mexico has cut this second half lead down to as close as 4. But the Buffs have responded. They had back-to-back possessions where they drove the ball to the bucket, scored, and converted 3-point plays. First Damian Thornton, then Zach Toussaint. Thornton is back at the free throw line. During the timeout, Eastern New Mexico head coach Brent Owen, his jacket came off, and he had a conversation with the official after that foul was called against his Greyhounds. They're not out of it yet, with still 3:42 to play.
Thornton shooting twice can put the Buffs back up by double figures. If he makes them both, got the first.
Yeah, Damian's had a good game. Remember, the first half he was on the bench with fouls.
Yeah, just had 3 at the half. And following these 2 makes, he has 13.
13 points to go with his 7 rebounds and 2 assists.
Julius with 25. There's a tap in underneath by Ja'Cory Ely. He's had a heck of a second half himself. Had 5 at the half. Currently sits at 24. The Buffs miss on their end. Here come the Hounds. Driving in and a block.
They're going to count the bucket too.
And 1. Errol White gets the lay in. The foul against.
It was number 5, KJ. It was Greg Johnson. Yeah. And he's having to compose himself. He hit the deck. Here's the replay. Just go at it.
Yep. Zach backpedaling. Picks up his 3rd. Johnson gets the bonus.
Julius is going to bring
16.
it. Julius is going to bring it down. Look for him to attack and kick if the defense comes over and doubles.
Here's the attack. Lobs it back outside. Inside of 3 to play. Buffs lead by 5. 90-85. Toussaint to Wise. 10 on the shot clock. Wise at the line, stumbles down. We've got a block. This will go against Greg Johnson. He's done.
Coach Owen beside himself. He felt like Larry was out of control and slipped and fell down. And that was close. That was really close on whether it was a foul or whether Larry tripped up.
16 points, 6 rebounds for Johnson. And that's 5 fouls, and I don't think Johnson nor Brent Owen realize it yet.
Let's see. Do we have that replay, Jacob? We may not. If we do, run that back one more time on the drive from Larry. No? Okay. So we'll give a little bit of time for Coach Owen to decide who's going to come in.
Official scorer Blake Price indicating that's 5 fouls.
Coach Owen's got to be careful here. He's real frustrated, but it's free throws for Larry Wise. What you don't want is extra free throws with a technical foul.
And now they've substituted for the disqualified player. It's going to be Junior Hodnett coming into the game as Larry Wise goes to the line, shooting twice. He had 15 in the first half, just 2 free throws in the second. Now make it 3.
Buffs have just shot incredible at the free throw line. 27 of 30.
Larry makes them both. 7-point Buff lead, 92-85.
If you're Eastern, you don't have to start shooting threes. You can continue to attack. That's where they've gotten most of their points is in the paint.
Here's a 15-footer missed by Ely. Foul on the rebound.
Yep, going against the Buffs. They fouled Errol White.
Larry Wise picks up his third personal.
At the line, Errol White.
That's going to send Errol White to the line, shooting twice. He's 2 of 4 this afternoon. Makes it 9 points for White. Opportunity for a 10th. And to cut the Buff lead back to 5. He missed it. Lead stays at 6.
Eastern defensively has got to find a way to get a stop, and they've got to find a way to stop fouling. They keep sending the Buffs to the free throw line, where WT's made all but 3 today.
Brown drives up, yes! Goes in amongst the bigs and lays it in. 94-86, 2:10 to play.
What a game for Julius today. 27 points.
Career high was 34 a year ago against Angelo. And there's a whistle.
Yeah, they're going to get Zach with
the old cylinder play.
A foul.
Toussaint picks up his 5th.
Good position here, but then he just gets a little behind.
Yep.
As the ball is being driven there by Graylin Easter.
That's Toussaint's 5th foul. He'll foul out 16 points, 6 of 12 from the floor, 3 3-pointers, 1 of 1 from the line, and a rebound. At the line, Graylin Easter shooting twice. Makes the first.
Eastern's doing the job offensively. It's defense where they're coming up short down the stretch.
These 87 points by the Hounds, the most they have made this year. Previous high was 85 at New Mexico Highlands in a win. They've scored in the 80s. This is the 5th time. They had just 65 Thursday at Lubbock Christian. Here's a long 3. Wise knocks it down.
You're watching Eastern go back to zone, and I'm going, why? Because you're going to leave open looks. If the Buffs were patient, that's exactly what happened. Larry knocks it down.
97-88. Buffs up 9 with 1:20 to play. Here's Easter. Pull up in the paint. Yes.
Tough look. He hit it. Pretty good defense by Brock. Just better offense by the Greyhounds.
Brett Owens calls a timeout. Let's see if it's a 30 or a full. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:15 to play. Buffs by 7. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
Julius inbounding. There we go, back at the First United Bank Center. Full court pressure from the Greyhounds.
Thornton calls a timeout on the double team. Possession arrow favors the Buffaloes.
Yep.
And this is going to be a full.
Greyhounds obviously need a steal today. That's been difficult. They only have 2 steals. And they have only turned the Buffs over
10 times.
10 times. On the other side, the Greyhounds have turned it over 15 times, and that has led to 22 points off those turnovers for West Texas A&M. Four players in double figures, led by Julius Brown's 27 points. Larry Wise, 22 points, 15 of those in the first half. Damian Thornton has 13, and then Zach Toussaint, who just fouled out not too long ago, finished the game with 16 points.
What has really kept the Greyhounds in the game has been their rebounding, especially on the offensive end. 18 offensive rebounds has led to 15 second chance points.
So strategy-wise here for Eastern New Mexico, and they've tried some different looks. They've tried man defense. They have a hard time staying with the ball, and Julius is driven into the paint. Zone, when they've went zone defensively, they've given up open threes like the previous one to Larry Wise. So they're going to stay with the full court pressure. The hard part, again, staying defense for Eastern New Mexico is you say, well, just foul, just put them on the line. Well, the Buffs today from the free throw line, 28 of 31. Eastern New Mexico, Kent, has shot 39 free throws.
Yeah. We've had a lot of free throws.
We've had 70 free throws today.
Julius inbound from a tough place. He's on the sideline, but down in the corner directly in front of the Eastern New Mexico bench. Thornton, Wallace, Brown, Mashak, and Wise on the floor for the Buffaloes. Here's Wise on the wing, double teamed, and a foul. Foul goes against Graylin Easter. It's just his first. Oh, make it his second.
Addison on the season is around a 70% free throw shooters, 72.
Two big shots here for the Cleburne, Texas native with the gold shoes. First one's good.
The golden release.
Puts the Buffs up 8, 98-90. Still might make the century mark. They last did it New Year's Day against Cameron.
Nice.
Knocks them both down. Buffs lead had been cut to 4. It's up to 9 at 99-90, 1:05 to play.
Cameron Bell checks in for some defense.
Don't want to give up an easy basket. Wallace with the rejection. Murillo, yes, and one, and the foul on Larry Wise.
Initially, Kent, it's excellent defense by the Buffs, but what hurts them again, what you just talked about, the offensive boards. This block here, look at this.
Yeah, Addison elevates. Gets up there, but he knocks it right back. I mean, it's hard not to get that rebound.
Right place, right time.
That's going to send Jose Murillo to the line. He is just 1 of 4 this afternoon, 41% on the season, but he makes it. Cuts the Buffs lead to 6. 2 possessions. Wise gets it into Thornton. Buffs do not have any timeouts remaining, but they break the pressure. Brown pulls it out, and he's going to be fouled.
And Julius has been really good today, 6 of 7 at the free throw line.
Junior Hodnett, his 4th personal, sends Juju to the line again. What a game for Brown, 27 points. Makes the first. 100 to 93 Buffaloes. Hey, you want offense, this game has had it.
That's right.
Misses the second. Score remains 100 to 93. Feed inside to Murillo. Can't get it. The tap. Yes, but.
Oh, is this on the shooting foul and it's going to count? Yes.
Oh, my.
Count the bucket for Murillo.
And Wise has fouled out.
See, he missed the first one. Goes back at it. See, it looked like Addison that came over and actually committed the foul, but they call it on Larry.
22 points for Wise, 7 of 7 from the line. Sends Jose Murillo to the line.
They didn't give Eastern their points. Oh. Okay, Kent.
They called it on the floor then when Ryan Huber pointed down.
Okay, he was saying a foul.
He was saying the foul's on the floor rather than and one.
Okay.
Okay, I got it now. Murillo 41% on the season, misses them both. An offensive board and a block inside. Another offensive rebound.
For Errol White, Kent, that was his 18th rebound of the game. I told you at the beginning of the game he had played like Dennis Rodman.
Cameron Bell with the foul. And what the Buffs don't want to be doing is what they're doing, and that's giving the Greyhounds an opportunity to score with the clock stopped. As White makes the first.
Eastern has had 67 field goal attempts today.
And Eastern has scored 52 points here in the second half. A foul on the rebound. This one goes against the Greyhounds. And Errol White has just fouled out.
Wow, what a performance from White. A double-double, 10 and 18. Also add 4 assists to his production as well.
I don't know when I have last seen 18 rebounds.
Yeah, very impressive.
.37.5 seconds to play. Buffs lead at 100-94. Starting the procession of each foul, resulting in not only 2 shots for each team, but also each foul results in somebody fouling out of the contest, and that adds to the length.
Who's next coming off the bench?
Brock Mashak goes to the line, shooting twice, makes the first. Buffs back in action next Thursday at Dallas Baptist, 7 o'clock tip. They won't be home again until February 2nd when they host UT Permian Basin. Mashak makes them both, 102-94. Bell with the steal. Ahead to Wallace. Let's finish it off with a slam.
Oh, yes. Rock the
and
rim.
He has 9, 104-94 Buffaloes. Long three off the glass by Easter.
Goodness.
And Brent Owens calls timeout. That's his final timeout.
There's the steal. Cameron Bell pushes.
Bell comes, finds Addison. Into your bedroom, folks. Just
nice.
like that.
What you were talking about the last time that you had seen 18 rebounds. Looked up Errol White, his previous season high, 16 rebounds. So that's a new mark there for Errol White. That was not the possession that Eastern New Mexico wanted previous, though, where they had that turnover.
The Buffs shooting 53% from the floor. Yeah, 16 turnovers for the Greyhounds. Buffs with 9 steals today.
WT trying to win its 11th game of the season, 10-5 record, 8-1 LSC play, and enjoy this home crowd while you can, because they're about to be on the road for a while.
It's going to be 3 weeks till they're back home again. They go to Dallas Baptist and UT Tyler next week. And then they make the Texoma swing, where they do Cameron and Midwestern State before finally coming home to host UTPB on February 2nd and Angelo State on February 4th. Mashak to inbound, full court pressure applied by the Greyhounds. 20 seconds to play, Buffs up 7. 104-97. What a fun one this has been. Mashak looking, no timeouts left. He gets it into Brown, who is immediately fouled by Darian Morgan. Morgan, a 6'4" freshman from Sacramento, California. And we will try to talk with Julius Brown post-game.
Yeah.
Makes the first.
You know, he was in double figures Thursday, had 13 points, had 4 rebounds, and he had 5 assists in the win Thursday. So I would put my vote for LSC Player of the Week and for Julius Brown.
6 big assists, 29 points thus far. Make it 30. LSC preseason Offensive Player of the Year. 106-97. Another 3 from outside. No good. Wallace with the rebound, and he's fouled. Good bit of sportsmanship there by Ja'Cory Ely after he fouled Addison Wallace. Reaches out to him, and you can kind of say, didn't mean to do it that hard.
Ely's had a good game for the Greyhounds, talented player. And you can see, you know, this team mentioned it, Kent, that they were so good at home. Perfect 8-0 in Portales as Wallace
makes the first.
Gets his first one. But again, you want to position yourself to where you can win a conference championship. You have to find ways to win on the road.
Tonight, the Buffs' 4th 100-point performance of the season. 107, the most points they've scored. Previous was 106 against Oklahoma Christian, 105 against Oklahoma Panhandle State. They also had 102 against Cameron. The 97 points scored by the Greyhounds tops the 92 that Florida Southern scored in the second game of the season. We have seen some points tonight.
At least you can say, if you do visit with David Chavlovic, that the field goal percentage was under 50 today for Eastern. It was at 42%.
Well, and it was under 50
Thursday
and last Saturday, and that will do it. West Texas A&M runs their season mark to 11-5. More importantly, 9-1 in Lone Star Conference play, winning 108-97. Over Eastern New Mexico, the Greyhounds fall to 10-6 overall, 5-5 in Lone Star Conference play. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, our postgame show. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, your alma mater.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick, landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology.
Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center, our post-game show. We're going to feature the senior from Westerville, Ohio, the Buffs point guard, Julius Juju Brown. Buffs win at 108-97. You say stats don't matter, but what a line score you post tonight. 10 of 16 from the floor, 9 of 11 from the line, 30 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and every one of those plays mattered today against Eastern New Mexico.
Yes, sir. It was fun being out there tonight. I had a rough night sleeping. I woke up, most of you guys don't know, I lost my dad a couple months ago, and I woke up out of my sleep just in tears, and I couldn't go back to sleep the rest of the day until I'm here, I'm ready to play, ready to go to war with my guys, and just all glory to God for me to come out here and still be able to perform after the wild night I had, and I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful.
Talk a little bit about the Buffs offense tonight. They shoot 52% from the floor. You put up 55 points in the first half, score a season-high 108. Things were clicking.
Yes, sir. I think things are going in the right direction at the right time. We're heading in. I was saying to my family and stuff, and my friends, we want to be playing our best basketball, going in the right direction, headed into February, getting ready for March, and I think that's where we're headed right now. Defense has been picking up. We've been moving the ball a lot more, a lot better, making the right plays, and I'm excited to just keep it going.
Let's talk about the defense. 3rd consecutive game you've held an opponent under 50% from the floor.
Oh yeah, no, that's been a big key. Yes, that's definitely been a focus for us, and early on teams have been shooting over 50 on us, and I've been telling the guys if we can figure out our defense, we're good, because nobody can stop our offense. We're going to score. We're going to put the ball in the hole. So if we can figure out the defense, I think we can do really well.
Now the Buffs have a long road trip, actually 2 road trips ahead of them, 3 weeks till they get back home.
Yes, no, we're excited, ready to take on those challenges. We haven't done so well away from home, but we're looking forward to it and ready to get to work.
Going to be fun following you. That's Julius Brown, the Buffs point guard. Buffs win 108-97. We're going to let Julius get back to the locker room. Thanks, Julius, as David Chavlovic steps in now. We're going to call him the offensive coach tonight. 107 points, but talk about the play of your point guard tonight. 30 points, 6 assists.
Last time I checked, he was preseason conference player of the year, wasn't he, Kent?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, we expect those things from him. I mean, big time game for us. We expect him to come out and have a performance like that, and we're really proud of him. He got really emotional at the end. We're not really sure why, but, we'll get in there and talk to him, and we'll go to his gender reveal tomorrow. He's got a baby coming.
He's not the only one. I understand you've got big things coming up here.
Yeah, any day now. Due date was this past Thursday, and I'm hoping sometime this week. I won't be on the road trip for Dallas Baptist and Tyler, unfortunately, but hopefully we can get 2 wins there.
Now, today the Buffs give up 97 points, but the nature of the game was going to lead to points, but a 3rd consecutive opponent shoots under 50%.
Yeah, I thought our defense was great. We've got to go rebound the basketball. I mean, I just think that's absolutely ridiculous that they almost have the same amount of offensive rebounds as we have total rebounds. That number shouldn't even be close. So we got to go, I don't know, we just got to run into each other in practice and get tougher or something, because that's ridiculous.
19 offensive rebounds, but overall a strong performance by the Buffs. Now, as we mentioned to Julius there, you're not home again for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we got a brutal stretch coming up. If we can get these 4, I think we're in pretty good shape to win the conference.
Well, David, appreciate you stopping in post-game. Buffs win it 108-97. We'll take this final timeout, then we'll come back and wrap it up. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Final score today, I should say. The Buffaloes win. It feels like we're getting close here into the evening. Kent 108-97. WT finished the game 3 of their last 3 from the field. They were tremendous. We'll have the stats. You can go ahead and put up those up, Jacob. Yeah, free throws. You just go back and look at this. I know that David was talking to you, Kent, down there about being a little frustrated not rebounding. But if you have a game where you make 37 of 41 at the line, that is awesome.
Yeah, well, Eastern, if you think about it, they started off shooting subpar from the line. But in the second half, they knocked down 22 of 30.
Yeah.
There was a lot of free throws in this ball game. The Greyhounds out-rebound the Buffaloes by 19. They out-rebound the Buffaloes by 15 on the offensive end, and that contributed to 19 second chance points. But, the Buffs offense clicking, especially in the first half. 52% from the field, 31 of 59. The Greyhounds at 35%, knocked down 13 of 37. Eastern 7 of 21 from three-point range. That's 33%. The Buffs knocked down 9 of 22. That's good for 41%. And then we talked about the free throws. Eastern hitting 72% of theirs, but the Buffaloes hitting 90% of their free throws. Eastern wins the rebound war, but the turnovers 16 against Eastern to just 10 for West Texas A&M. The Buffs have 24 points off turnovers to 20 for the Greyhounds. Eastern outscores the Buffs in the paint 42-36. Of course, those offensive rebounds led to 19 second chance points for the Greyhounds, just 5 for the Buffaloes. Fast breaks, Eastern 18-15, but the Buffs bench outscores the Greyhounds 32-23. Looking at the individual numbers for the Greyhounds, Ja'Cory Ely had 24 points, 6 rebounds. Errol White, 10 points, 18 rebounds. Tremendous game for Errol White. Jose Murillo, 10 points, 5 boards, 3 block shots. Graylin Easter, 14 points. Greg Johnson, 16 points, 6 rebounds. Malik Oates, 9 points, 2 rebounds. He did most of his damage in the first half. Blazek Cernovich, 3 points, 3 boards. Junior Hodnett, 11 points, 2 rebounds off the bench. And that rounds out the scoring and rebounding for the Greyhounds. For the Buffaloes, we talked with Julius Brown. We mentioned 30 points, 2 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals. Damian Thornton, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Addison Wallace, 11 points, 6 rebounds. Larry Wise, 22 points, 1 steal, 1 block. Zach Toussaint, 16 points, 1 rebound. Jesse Oweezy, 3 points, 3 boards, and a block. Brock Mashak, 6 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Ahmed Muhammad, 4 points, 2 rebounds. Ryland Holt, 3 points, 2 rebounds. And the Buffs take it 108-97. So, Lucas Kinsey, we wrap up our swing against the New Mexico teams, at least until early February, and now they make the road trip to the Metroplex in East Texas.
Yeah, I'm going to be missing basketball here for a little while, Kent, as the Buffs go on this road stretch. Heard David talking about that and how important it is going to be for WT to continue playing well. And Julius said it when you were talking to him, Julius Brown, that they are starting to feel some momentum and gaining more confidence. I think the team, you can tell on the floor, they're trusting each other more as well.
Well, they're learning each other's habits, and they really played in sync just about the entire game tonight. But, again, 3 consecutive solid games defensively, and they're going to need that when they go to Dallas Baptist next Thursday. Great afternoon of basketball. If you're a Buff or a Lady Buff fan, in the opener, the number 20 ranked Lady Buffs defeated Eastern New Mexico 84-55. Head coach Josh Prock picks up his 250th career win. Then in the nightcap, the Buffaloes hold off the Greyhounds 108-97. Special thanks to our Thunder Vision crew, Director Jacob Griffin, excellent job there. Camera operators Duncan Noose, Gaston Yobal, Gavin Rutherford-Baca, and Tyrone Leggett. For my broadcast partner, Lucas Kinsey, I'm Kent Johnson. Thanking you for joining us. Until next time, so long, everybody. You've been watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.